I, I don't have any idea what this means. Listen, you know me. I'm the funny little guy who loves the funny little green men, so it probably comes as no surprise that I'm having a blast playing Warhammer 400,000 Speed Freaks. The game is fun, the game is frantic, the game is fast-paced. It's literally everything that an orc video game needs to be, and I'm gonna be so pissed if it dies within a year. Truth be told, I didn't have too many expectations when it came to Speed Freaks. I simply saw the Warhammer 40,000 logo, went into a fugue state, and ended up with a new item in my personal inventory. Unlike most Warhammer acquisitions, fortunately, this one did not leave me $40,000 in credit card debt, which I'm appreciative for. To be honest, my expectations were on the floor for this game. Like, this to me looked like a video game executive who had the rights to Warhammer just sitting in a drawer somewhere, saw his nephew playing Rocket League on a family get-together and decided, hey, we need to do one of those. But luckily, and record this because it's not something that I'm going to say often, I was very happy to be wrong. Speed Freaks pits two teams of car-driving orcs against each other, wherein both teams have to drive really fast, blow each other up with rockets, and escort bombs to the enemy team's stomper, which is of course my least favorite Warhammer model of all time. Why are you so ugly? But at the very least, a lot of its shortcomings I can chalk up to it being an open beta, so my fingers are crossed that things will get better. The game has a ton of vehicles, all of which are really fun to play. And not only that, they're also fun to play against. You don't need to know the intricate elite meta strategies for the Boomdaka Snazwagon. Understanding the game is simple. If car is small and go fast, it don't shoot bullets too good. But if car is big and slow, then bullets big and very scary. Like, let's be fully honest, if you try to ram a race car into a literal actual tank, only one of those cars is going to come out alive. It's a kind of vibe that video games haven't really given me since the days of Team Fortress. Sure, there is an objective that you are actively trying to do, and an enemy team that is actively trying to stop you, but the gameplay is so arcadey and chaotic that you're not really worried about it being too much of a competitive experience. Like, whenever I die, I don't go, ugh, I was counterpicked, or ugh, my teammates were out of position. My brother in Christ, everyone is moving at 900 miles an hour. There are no positions. You are piloting an automobile that has a gas tank stapled to the outside of it. You are going to blow up. Like, I simply cannot imagine a sweaty competitive scene for this game, and honestly, that's the greatest compliment I could give it. Like, it's just fun. You zoom around, you blow stuff up. Like, what else do you want out of a video game? The game is not perfect, however, and that's probably the thing that worries me the most. The game is slated to be free to play, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing in this instance, but like all free to play games, it needs two things: money and people. Money to pay the bills and keep the lights on, and people to provide the aforementioned money. The game is still in early access, so the overall player count is still quite small. That, and cars will sometimes do this. This also means that some game lobbies are pretty full of bots whenever you first join into them, which you can tell by the fact that they have quintessentially orc names, like Tooth Ripper, or Death Killer, or Yazgul Maguruk Thraka. I think this is a good idea to keep lobbies full and to keep games exciting, but it does tend to diminish the thrill of a kill when you realize the person you annihilated wasn't actually a real living human being. It's not fun if I'm not making somebody mildly upset. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to go out of my way to talk about the game, because I really think it could be something special. I even think this is the case if you're not even a Warhammer fan to begin with. Listen, you don't need the 5-hour lore explainer on YouTube. All you need to know is that orcs make car that go fast and boom. That's it. That's all you need. The monetization side of things, on the other hand, does give me some cause for concern. Not in the sense that in-game purchases are egregious or forced, mind you. Kind of the opposite. I don't want any of them. The devs have got themselves in an interesting conundrum. Orc cars look like shit. That's kind of the point. They're scrappy, they're rusty, and they're pretty much held together with duct tape and belief. So, a lot of the cosmetic items you can buy look like they belong on orc cars. Which also means they look like shit. Do you see what I'm saying here? And to be absolutely clear on this, I do mean shit in the thematic sense. Every customization option looks like something you could put on an actual orc model from the game Warhammer 400,000. The devs have absolutely nailed the aesthetic of the orcs, but unfortunately, this means that the stuff that you pay for doesn't really look all that dissimilar from the stuff that you already get for free. Honestly, the only reason I'd pick up the Battle Pass for this game at time of recording is that there are currently 2 vehicles that are locked behind the pass, meaning you won't be able to play the Megatrack Scrapjet or the Deathkiller Wartrike without paying a little bit of money. This is something that I'm definitely not a fan of in games, but free to play is free to play. But look, bottom line is, at time of recording, Speed Freaks is a really solid base of a game with a lot of groundwork to build upon. Everything the game tries to do, it does well. The only thing the game really needs to push it into a full release is more maps, because currently there's only 2, which gets repetitive after a while, and a better long-term monetization strategy that offers both value for the developers so they can keep building the game, and provides value for the consumer as well. I genuinely think this game has the grounds to be something really special, and I'll be rooting for its success in future updates moving forward. So if you're looking for my expert opinion, I would definitely recommend giving Speed Freaks a download to try out. So get on out there, smash some gits, get some bombs, and, yeah.